Hello to myself, me, 5 years from now. I hope that spiritually I have grown by leaps and bounds. I sure hope that I am still a part of the Fresh Life Grove, learning weekly from Pastor Levi. My ultimate prayer would be answered to have my husband sitting beside me learning with me. Hi, I'm Terry Hill. I'm part of Fresh Life in Kalispell and have been there for about 14 years. Jane Hartman kept inviting me the first year above a bar on Main Street or something. Back in the days of like School Church, Fresh Life was out of control. Like the lines, you had to get there an hour early, but I always was saving a seat for Gene. I would get there and I'd get in and I'd save him a seat, but I always liked to sit by the aisle. And finally the ushers were like, we have to have the seat, people are waiting. And it would crush me because I'm like, kind of knowing he's not gonna come, but hoping not giving up the hope that he would. So he didn't come to School Church, but that's okay. So I wanted to hear, I wanted to come, show up, listen, and leave. I didn't want to get in a small group and I didn't want to volunteer. This beautiful woman named Carol Wigness invites me to her small group. It was the best thing I ever did. They were instrumental in praying for my husband to join us, and they also saved a seat at their table. They said we have 12 seats, and he's the 12th one. And we prayed fervently that he would sit in that chair. I have been praying and saving a seat, physically, spiritually, for my husband for about 25 years. Gene's always loved the Lord and he's always believed in the Lord, but he didn't necessarily feel like he needed to be in church. I just wanted to sit in church and hold my husband's hand.
I'm Gene Hill, been married for 35 years. I don't know there's a time I could really think about when I decided not to go to church. I just didn't need it. You know, I had my beliefs. I just didn't need the people, or I didn't need the prayer, and I just didn't need the worship with others, I thought. God's been a part of my life, always, and not shown it to people, like I should. When Fresh Life came into picture, Terry really liked it. She's talking, and you could see glow about her, and I was happy for her. I can't understand why I didn't go sooner.
In 2018, I remember driving home from church one Sunday and I hit about Majestic Arena. And I just kind of threw up my hands and said, Lord, he's yours. My husband's yours. I'm not going to do all the things I've been doing for all these years. I've been constantly praying that he wants to come. I've been crying. I have gotten mad at him and fought with him about it. I have said, just tell me one reason why you shouldn't be there. And so I kind of said to the Lord, I'll go to church forever without him. I'm done. June 11th of 2018, so 5 years ago. That day started out the same as any Monday. Mondays are really busy in our business, and was making lunch that day a little earlier and thought I would join him, so I was making us both a lunch when he called me and he said, Tara, will you just come sit with me? And I kind of giggled at him. I'm like, come sit with you? I'm gonna come sit with you. I'm making our lunch. And he had an urgency I heard in his voice. He said, no, Tara, just come sit with me right now. I need you to come sit with me. And I immediately knew something's wrong. And I said, babe, are you okay? Are you having a heart attack or something? What's going on? I know something's wrong. And he just again said, please come sit with me. And I said, please call 911, Gene, if something's wrong, but I'm on my way.
I went out, got in the truck, started it. Dave jumped in the truck, took off. He said the hospital's too far away. We got to go something quicker. So we pulled in the fire hall, and there was 3 paramedics with the ambulance right there. And they came out, rushed to me, and put me in the ambulance. And then Terry pulled up. I remember seeing her plain as day. They shut the door and took off.
So we met them at the hospital, and we were right there when they pulled up with him, and I watched them paddle him in the breezeway. And then proceeded to take him in, and they let me come with him. What happened in a nutshell was he was having a widowmaker heart attack that usually, they call it a widowmaker because you usually drop dead. But they were able to paddle in total, I think it was 8 times. And each time I just felt like I was in a movie. I'm like, he's going to be okay. They're going to keep paddling him and keep saying his name, and he's going to be okay. But as they did those paddles, each time the space in between just kept getting longer. When they would say his name, he wouldn't open his eyes as quick or look at them. And so about halfway through, I looked at the doctor and I said, "Is my husband dying? And I have a lot to say to him." And he said, "Say it."
She said I was a good dad. And as a kid, I'd been a good husband. And I told her, I said, I am a good dad. I know that, and I am a good husband. And then she said, "Our Father." And then I went out.
And then the last time they paddled him, he didn't respond, and the line just stayed flat. And I heard a gentleman say, "We lost him." And then I just dropped to my knees and I cried out to the Lord, "Well, please, no." And the nurse was down with me, and she actually was saying a prayer. I don't even know who that woman is, but bless her. She was praying, and then she helped me up, and we took about 5 steps down the hall, and all of a sudden we hear the monitor beep, and it's like beep, beep, beep. And then I heard my husband's voice say, "What the heck's going on around here?" And God spared him. And I was called up to ICU and went in to see him. Gene was very emotional and asking for a paper and a pencil. And he was trying to tell me in between his emotions that something had happened to him and that he had had a heavenly experience. And that God is real and heaven is real. And he proceeded to tell me all the beautiful, beautiful things about it.
I see the most brilliant colors you can imagine. Light brighter than you could ever look at. I told God that Terry still needs me, and I asked him if I could stay. God let me come back. I was at the Lord's steps, and he saved me. God loves us so much. We can't even imagine. As far as 5 years ago and to now, I'm a different person on the same day. That's how I feel. It's hard to explain. What I seen God all around me, spoke to me through me. He saved me. I got my door wide open. So I know where I'm going. And I'm supposed to take a lot of people and tell a lot of people about it.
It's changed. It's just changed everything about him. He's just way better than he even was at better. He's better than better. And he loves the Lord, and he's at church with me, and we're holding we're holding hands and we're worshiping the Lord together. And I don't even deserve that.
This is my husband.
Our first Sunday there, I was out of my skull.
This is my husband. Are you Terry's husband? Oh, I gotta meet you. I feel like I know you so much.
I feel like I know you, Gene. And I'm like, oh, he's like, how many people have you talked to me about? I'm like, pretty much everybody. I'll listen. Without Fresh Life, without the Lord, without Him, without a small group to rely on, prayer warriors, I don't know that I'd be here still. I thank the Lord, He saved me. Fresh Life has taught me. It's taught me. Levi teaches me the Bible, how I can understand it. The people love on me. The people care about each other. They say they'll pray with you, they pray with you. They say they'll pray for you, you know they're praying for you. They're not walking away and forgetting about you. I think our family would be much different if I didn't love the Lord and get involved. And what happened to Gene definitely has created waves and ripples for good in both sides of our family and with our kids. And I don't know where we'd be without it, but I don't really care to know where we'd be without, because we're not without Him. He's with us. I kind of forgot we wrote these you and 5-year letters, but I got mine in the mail, and I was so anxious to open it because I forgot what I wrote. In this letter, the Lord knew. He's heard my prayers, and Gina's sitting beside me at church. I just have a miracle. I get to walk in with this guy. I'm thrilled and thankful.